Starting a retreat business can be really exciting and fun, and it can also be risky and scary. In this video, I'm going to share with you some of the things you can do to lessen your risk and increase the odds that you'll be really successful. Starting a retreat business was one of the best things that I ever did in my whole life. And I also remember how scary it was when I first started. I remember needing to put down a deposit on a venue and being really worried that nobody was going to sign up for my retreat and I was going to be stuck with this venue. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 things you can do to minimize the risk, have more fun, and create a more successful retreat business. The key to having a successful retreat business and having it be energy rich and easy and not have a lot of pressure and create a lot of anxiety is to follow the 5 steps that help you to raise the value, the perceived value of the retreat so you can charge more and have to enroll fewer people. The biggest challenge that I see come up again and again as I help people with their retreat businesses is that they undercharge for their retreats. And not only that, they undercharge and they're trying to sell one at a time. Okay, I'm filling my June retreat now. I need to get X number of people in the room at this price, and they go and focus on this one retreat, get it full, deliver it successful, and then they're so exhausted at the end of it because they just did all this work. The key to having a successful retreat business that's stable, that's scalable, and that's sustainable for you is to have it start to generate, to have it be the foundation that generates monthly recurring revenues. And so that's point number 1. It's having the right business model. So often people who want to create retreat businesses are doing one-off retreats. Oh, this time we're going to do a retreat over here. This time we're going to do a retreat over there. And getting the people to register for the retreat and then not having anything on the back end of that retreat. And so having a great business model involves 3 core components. The front end of the business model, i.e., something to generate leads, something to generate the opportunities and the people who want to attend your retreat. The second piece is the middle piece is the back end. The back end is the retreat itself, the foundational program that you're designing and creating. But then the magic piece is the third piece. This is the big back end. The big back end is the thing that delivers monthly recurring revenues over time. It's the opportunity, it's leveraging the opportunity created by your retreat into something long-term, which is what creates the stability. When you create the monthly recurring revenues over time, you can breathe each time a retreat is done, because as long as you're doing a good job of delivering high value at the retreat, there's always going to be people, who want to keep working with you for 6 months or a year or even longer. Now, for the longest time, I didn't have this business model in place, and I used to do maybe not retreats, but events. But I would try to make all my money at the event, from the event. It wasn't until I put into place this back end model that I started to be able to relax and breathe and actually hire someone to help me in my business. Because it's really hard to hire people if you don't know what you're going to be making 2 or 3 or 5 months down the line. So step 1 is get a great business model that has a front end delivering leads, a back end of your retreat, and a big back end post-retreat. The second part of building a successful retreat business that has the opportunity to grow and scale is to create your positioning and your promise. This is your retreat's brand. This is the opportunity that it offers for the attendees. This is what increases the value of the retreat so you can charge more and not have to book so many people into a retreat. Think about it. I've seen people do retreats for $2 or $3 or let's say $500. Now, in order to make $10,000 at $500 a piece, you've got to put 20 people in the room. In order to make $10,000 at $2,000 a piece, that's only 5 people. So the more you can raise your value, your perceived value to a premium price point, to a boutique type of offering, the less work you're gonna have to do. And so what that involves is positioning your retreat. That means identifying clearly the people who your retreat is for, the pain points and problems that they face, and the promise that your retreat delivers. What is the outcome of your retreat? Now, price your retreat based on the value of that outcome. So, for example, I call it the distinction between the medicine and the cure. All right? Nobody wants to take the medicine. People want the cure. So make your retreat about the cure that it provides. What's the outcome that they're seeking at, that they want? When you position your retreat around that outcome, you raise the perceived value so that you're positioning it as a premium program rather than a mass program. The third part of starting a successful retreat business is knowing how to promote your retreats out into the world. Now, there are so many strategies out there. We could do a whole retreat based on retreat marketing strategies, but I'll specifically nail down 3 that I think are especially powerful. The first is other events. If you want to find people who are interested in attending events, go to events to find them. And in fact, go to retreats to find them. So if you're attending retreats, chances are you're going to be rubbing shoulders, rubbing elbows with other people who like to be in retreats. So one of the things that we do is we host preview events. Preview events are shorter versions of our retreats. Sometimes they're half days, sometimes full days, sometimes as short as 2 hours, but they give people a taste of what they'll get at the retreat. And in that program, we can also really lay out what it is that they need that we solve in our retreat. So other events are a great marketing strategy for retreats. The second of my favorite strategy is to network and to reach out to people, call people up, check in with people, say, hey, it's been a while since we connected. I want to tell you about something I'm up to. Is this something you'd be open to talking about? And just hopping on the phone with people and letting them know what's the outcome of the retreat. And then if they're interested, offering them the opportunity to hop on a proper strategy session or sales call to talk about attending your retreat. So literally picking up the phone, calling people, checking in with people, networking, outreach, connection, email marketing, all these ways of connecting with the people that you already know. And my third favorite methodology is to speak, is to position yourself as a speaker. And this is something that I have a whole bunch of videos about. So check out how to become a public speaker and how to create an inspirational speech. I've got all sorts of videos here on YouTube. But positioning yourself as a speaker is going to put you in front of audiences of people. And there's just something magical that happens when you're on a stage in front of a group of people. People see you as an expert and want to learn more. And so inviting those people to then hop on a call with you is a great way to promote your retreat. There are so many other ways I can't even get into, but email marketing is another one. We've done a lot of social media marketing, Facebook Lives and promotions. This, me being on YouTube here with you, is one of our many marketing strategies for our retreats. The fourth thing to get clear and to get really good at is sales. Now, I have a philosophy that some may or may not agree with, and I call it sell it first, figure it out later. And I think this is especially appropriate for retreats because having a small group of people that you're serving in an intimate environment for 3 days is something that allows you the opportunity to customize and tailor the retreat to the people in the room. So one of the things that we do in our sales process is we listen and we understand what people want and need, and then we tailor the retreat to them. So if I'm on the line with somebody who especially needs to focus on packages and pricing of their own events and their own programs and their own retreats, and I know that we touch on that in our retreat, I can also say, hey, we'll make sure to dive really deep into that. And also you and I can set aside a little private time to make sure that you get your packages and pricing perfect. So your sales process can also be part of your process for designing and delivering the retreat that people want, need, and will buy. And the last piece of having a successful retreat business is you. It's your mindset, your leadership, how you're showing up. Leading a group of people from the front of the room is not for the faint of heart. It takes something to stand up there and claim that power and that credibility to be there. It takes something to energetically lead a group of people, especially if they're struggling with something and they're there for you to help them, right? It takes something to be that kind of leader. So you developing your leadership skills is a I put this last, but it's really not last in terms of priority. In fact, it may even be first in terms of priority. You managing your own mindset, your own ability to lead, and your own confidence and strength in yourself is a fundamental piece of what will make your retreat business successful. If you're ready to move forward in starting your retreat business, then let us help you. We've done all sorts of programs and seminars and webinars. We have a bunch of training materials. We can really help you launch and grow your retreat business. If this sounds interesting to you, then visit the link below and go ahead and subscribe to get our Retreats to Riches roadmap. And that will be step one to get you on your way. Enjoy.